So, Amir, in summary, how would you say smart connected products change the competitive landscape for brands? And Paul, I'd love to hear from you on this as well.
Yeah, I would say from my perspective, it's created a paradigm for brands to truly come closer to consumers, and I think that in itself can be a topic where the brands can we can bring out all the value props that it brings for the brands, and then all the value props it brings for the consumers. But ultimately, this theme of bringing brands and consumers as close as possible and creating a unique bond, so the brands don't have to spend as much from a marketing perspective, and they draw more value out of the consumers, and the consumers have more loyalty to the brand as a result of all the investment the brands are doing to basically bring whatever that product is closer to them and kind of repeat the cycle. And again, COVID has assisted with this, so I think that's the really exciting piece of all of this, is that the technology right now is in high adoption as a result of the state of the market we're in. And that's I guess really where the excitement is drawing from these days, is that how else can we build right now that brands and consumers are coming together to truly get to more and more repeat circular economy and more products kind of flowing through between these two groups. And I think Paul touched on it really well earlier, that as you get more on the sustainability topic, this is really what the next level is going to be, that brands, consumers come together, you create more assurance basically around the brand, the products they're selling, and then as a result of it, everything they're investing in somehow can come back to the front of the supply chain, get recycled, and the ease of purchase is once again repeated and much more streamlined.
100% agree 100% with you, Amir. I do want to zoom in actually on the consumer experience side, and why that's so important from a competitive aspect for the brands. And I kind of touched on this, where the brands, to reach consumers, they have to generally go through a platform. I mean, maybe a couple of years ago, it was television or the radio. And there was a lot of providers that you had to go through to get your message aired. But things have evolved. And we still talk about direct to consumer, but it's like direct to consumer through an Instagram, through a TikTok, through a YouTube, through you name the platform. And who are the largest companies in the world? It's the Googles, it's the Facebooks, it's the people that own these channels of communication, right? And how were they able to grow this big? It was through network effects. When you have a connected system, every new person on Facebook adds value to the other people on Facebook. And it's such a shame that companies like Nike and Adidas, and I mean, all these great brands, they create amazing products that are a part of our lives, and they can't compete with these mega tech giants. But with technologies like NFC, creating these amazing consumer experiences around the ownership of a physical product, these brands can now create network effects within owning their products, where if I own the Air Jordans and Amir, you own the Air Jordans, there's more there to do and consume, and the community aspect of it exists virtually, not just with the kids down the street from you that may or may not have the item. And so I think the big turning point here, and really flipping the script, is if brands take this seriously, they can leverage the network effects of their products in the same way that social media networks have been able to leverage those network effects. And if I remember back from kind of business, there was like two main ways that you can create a competitive advantage in the market. And one is brand, right? And the other is network effects, where they're so sticky. And so brands are so good at the brand part. Let's get them and empower them with these network effects, and it's going to change the economy. And I think it's going to change the value of what companies kind of are the most valuable in the world. And so I think that is so exciting for me.